Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, dear students, grade 12. As you can see in front of you, now inshallah, we are going to present Unit 9, Steps 4 and 5. In your student's book on page 70 and 71. Have a look and be ready. As you can see, dear students, we have to open your student's box on these two pages, as you can see in front of you, in order to introduce two ideas. The first one is about grammar. The second one is about vocabulary. From the very beginning, we will introduce vocabulary first of all, and after that, we will introduce grammar. Have a look at this slide in front of you, new vocabulary. And as you can see, we have these words to remember. As you can see, below par, call the shots, immobile, neck and neck, put to, snooker, substandard, to the line, ungentlemanly. These are the new vocabulary that we are going to present for all of you. Let's start by having a look at this word below par, something which is inferior. As you can see in front of you, below par, something which is inferior. Here we can have a look at call the shots to make an important decision, to make an important decision. Call the shots. To next here, or we can say to direct a project. So call the shots to make an important decision, to direct a project. Next here we have immobile, motionless, not moving at all. Neck and neck, as you can see, evenly matched. As you can see, if you look at this picture here, have a look at it. Neck and neck, those two men are neck and neck. They are evenly matched. The next here we have put to ask a question. To ask someone a question. The next here we have a snooker, as you can see. This is a game, as you can see in front of you here. Snooker. The next one, substandard, below the unusual standard. Substandard, below. Have a look. The unusual standard. The next one, here we have to the line, to obey the orders, or we can say accept the authority. Ungentlemanly, as you can see, dishonorable, ungentlemanly. Have a look at the picture here. After that here, I'd like you to have a look at these new words again. Have a look at them. We have below par, call the shots, immobile, neck and neck, put to, snooker, substandard, to the line, and we have ungentlemanly. After that, let's have a look at this slide, having things done for you, or we can say causative verbs. We will introduce this lesson, this grammar lesson, in the present, the past, and the future. Having things done for you. The same idea, causative verbs. Have a look at it. Having things done, or causative verbs, how can we form it? Let's have a look. This is have, first of all, according to the tense. So we can use have in different tenses. Object, past participle. Let's see, he had, this is have, had because it is past. His hair, this is object. Past participle, this is cat. Here they have, this is have, present. Their flat, this is object. Redecorated, this is the past participle of the verb. So having things done, or causative verbs, we can form it by using have, object, and past participle. We use have something done. Why? To say that we arrange it for something to be done. Do we do it ourselves? No. Instead of doing it ourselves, I had a guitar made. So here this is had, object, verb 3. He is having, this is have, but it is in the present continuous tense. His car, object, repaired. This is a past participle. It is more personal and gives more background information than using the passive verb. Here we would like to differentiate between the active sentence, the passive one, and the causative. His house was built by a local builder. This is passive. He had his house built by a local builder. This is causative. Next here, we would like to go to another idea, which is used to. Describes a past action. Used to plus infinitive. He used to travel everywhere by taxi, but now he does not. So used to describes a past action. In the negative form, we can use didn't in addition to the infinitive from used to, which is used to, and the infinitive play. In the question also we can use did you, and the infinitive here used to. Open your student's book please on page 70 in order to have a look at some exercises based on both grammar and vocabulary. Let's start with this idea here. Listen to 6 extracts from the conversations and answer these questions. Here we have some ideas, some questions, and we would like to answer them after listening. So be ready to listen, dear students.
9.2, page 70. Exercise 1. A.
I had the bike made specially for me by an engineer who lives near here.
B.
I'm having the car repaired tomorrow.
C.
My father always used to repair his own car.
D.
If the engine goes wrong, I have to have it fixed by an expert.
E.
Where did you have it put together?
F.
We all investigate the stories, write the articles, and design the layout.
I think, dear students, it's very clear now. And now let's have a look at this part. Who made the bike? In conversation 1, I think an engineer. In B, we have, is the speaker going to repair his car tomorrow? Let's see. No, he's having it repaired. This causative. Who used it to repair the car? And C, the speaker's father. In D, who fixes the engine? Here, an expert fixes it. Does the speaker think his son produced the magazine himself? Here the answer is no, he thinks someone else produced it. So you have, dear students, to listen carefully in order to try to answer these questions very, very carefully. In F, who writes the articles and edits the magazines? Here, the boy and his friends. So be ready, concentrate, try to focus while listening. In this part, compare the sentences below, and we have 3 sentences. This one, they built their own house. This is an active sentence. Their house was built by a local builder. This is a passive sentence. They had their house built by a local builder. This is a causative. So we would like to know the difference in meaning between these 3 sentences, in addition to how is the causative sentence formed. I think that have object and past participle. Let us see here the difference, dear students. Here in sentence number 1, here they built their house themselves. Here they were the builders. Their house was built. A builder built their house. They had their house built. They asked a builder to build them a house. How is the causative sentence formed? As I told you, have object in addition to past participle. Let's see here, they had, this is have, but in the past, object in their house, past participle, this is built. Take care, dear students. Here, I'd like you to have a look at exercise number 3, write follow-up sentences using causative verbs. Have a look at these ideas from A to E, and number A is done for you. I didn't repair the car myself. I had it repaired. She didn't make the dress herself. She, you have to look at this tense, didn't make. So we can say made. The object is the dress. So she had the dress, and after that we would like to write the past participle of the verb make, which is made, and so on. Let's see here. This number one, which is done for you. I didn't repair, I had it repaired. She didn't make, she made it, or she had it made. Again, she didn't make, she had it made. In C, he isn't going to take, let's see here, he's going to have his photo, and taken is the past participle of the verb take. After that, here we have my father doesn't clean, he has it cleaned. The next one, we didn't cut, take care, we had them cut down. This is had, this is object, and past participle. Take care, dear students. Take care because it's very, very easy and important at the same time. Here, discuss the questions with the partner and then write sentences. Let's see number one here. What can you have done? By a dentist. Let us see, you can have a tooth taken out. What about an operation? This is the first idea here. It is done for you. The second one, by an operation, you can have your eyes tested. Have a look. You can have your eyes tested. Again, here, by a decorator, you can have your house redecorated. This is the idea. Now let's go to page 71 in order to have a look at these exercises. 1, 2, and 3, these exercises, dear students. Think carefully about them. Add the appropriate suffix. We have able, ship, meant, full, less, ised, and ness. Let's have a look at this exercise and these words, and would like to use the appropriate suffix. Let's see here. Number one, our, and we have friend. This is friendship, noun. The next one here, I find watching the sport very, can we say enjoy or enjoyable? This one here, great, this is an adjective, and after it we should use the noun from enjoy, which is enjoyment, and happy, the same idea, which is happiness. Next here, some pastimes are not, can we say fashion or fashionable? This is the adjective. After that here, immobile, immobilized, this one the adjective also, and we have care, this is careless. Here, she was a master or masterful, this is an adjective. Here we have tired, we have tireless, as you can see the students here, so you have to focus very, very carefully. Now let's see, underline the sports idioms in these sentences. Like this one, it just wasn't cricket. In this one here, and we have call the shots, and so on. Neck and neck, have a look, neck and neck, and so on. Let us see here the first one, dear students, think about it. Think about this exercise and would like to do it together. It just wasn't a cricket the way I was related. Which one here? Let's see here. Unfair, unfair, or ungentlemanly conduct. This is just wasn't cricket. In B, calling the shots, as you can see, to control something completely or to direct an action. The next one, neck and neck, as I told you, evenly matched. To the line, as you can see here, to refuse to accept the authority or rules of a particular group. The next one here we have below par, which is something which is substandard. These are the ideas, dear students, and I'd like all of you to try to concentrate on this idea. You have to focus on both grammar and vocabulary. They are very, very important, and I'd like you to revise these ideas again and again. Thank you very much, dear students, and see you next time.